Good morning, God's people. How you doing? This is to all my critical thinkers out there. I want us to really sit back and think about things as they really are. Not how we want them to be, but how they really are. Example. I'm going to go to the scriptures. When Jesus was teaching in Jerusalem, the rabbis came to him and said that he was breaking the law of Moses. Jesus told them that I did not come to change the law of Moses, but to fulfill the law of Moses. Moses taught that if you touch a woman and she's married, then that is adultery. But I say, Jesus speaking, if you think about it, the same has already been done. So Jesus was giving them some critical thinking. He was telling them that Moses gave you a physical law to get you ready. But Moses is like a teacher. And once Moses gave you the law, statute, and commandments of God physically, he graduated you. When you graduate, you move up to a higher level. Jesus was your next grade teacher. He was bringing you up to a higher level. He was taking you to where sin begins, in the mind. So he was telling us that, yeah, you can do things physical. That's one thing. But you have to think before you do anything physical. This is why you should think before you do things. But when you really pay attention, you will see that all we have to do is use our mind. We have been programmed to carry out actions that sometimes we don't even know why we're doing them. See, an emancipation proclamation means freedom from one's hands, but not from one's control. So when you have an animal, a puppy, you training your puppy. So you wear a collar with a chain on it because you don't want them to run out in the streets or, run and chase someone or anything in that nature. So you keep the chain, the leash on the dog until you train the dog. Get the dog programmed to the way you want the dog to react around friends, family, or when you let it out to go use the bathroom. You want it to be in its best behavior. So emancipation means to free from one's hands, but not from one's control. They took the chains off our hands because they had already programmed us. A lot of y'all say we've been brainwashed, but that doesn't make sense. Listen to the language, brainwashed. Jesus said to wash something is to clean it. Our minds are not clean. Our thoughts are not clean. So we have never been brainwashed. We have been programmed, coded to carry out certain things that is detrimental to our own lifestyles and well-being. This is why I always say use critical thinking, because if they would have listened to Jesus, he was taking them to a higher level. He was actually telling them that in the beginning is not the word. I know that's what it's saying in 1 John, but it's deeper than that. That's still physical. Jesus was taking you up higher. In the beginning was a thought. Everything that you see, everything that we are, was in God's mind. He didn't just say be and it is. He thought about it first. He envisioned it. And he called it into existence. Same thing we do. We are gods. We are little gods under the big God. Example again. We are the only creatures that we know of in our realm of life that can actually envision something, think about it, draw it down on a piece of paper, and then build it. Everything you see came out of the mind of some man or woman. So what did that say about us? Who are we? How much power do we actually have? And if we can bring all these things out of our mind, again, back to Jesus, when they asked him, where is the kingdom? He said, the kingdom is in you. So if the kingdom is in us, then he's telling us again on a higher level that we have to build the kingdom. It's going to come out of us, but we have to go through every stage of human development because we was destroyed as a people, as a nation, as a culture. We had everything taken out of us, including our love for our God. So now all we do is hate on one another, destroy one another. And this is the way of Satan. He's angry with God. He's angry with us because of the love that God has for us. So his job is to destroy us. And how he do that is by programming us to do his work, which means he programmed us to kill one another. See, everything they used to do to us, we now do to one another. And it seems like we love it. You know, they used to rape our women. Again, now we rape our women. We beat our women. We rob and steal from one another. And we do it and don't have no sense of remorse. I just want to say that if we are to become little lights unto God, then like Jesus said again, then let your light shine. We all have lights, but we choose to do wickedness, and we love to mix truth with falsehood. It's like people always saying, oh, that's facts. I got facts. You can have some facts and still not have the truth. Fact is, I was there, but I didn't do what they said I did. So yeah, you're right. I was there. That's fact. But I didn't do what they said I did while I was there. So don't go just off, oh, that's facts. Dig deeper, critical think into it, and see things for what it really is. Like no matter what religion, what organization, sorority, fraternity, street organization, whatever you belong to, if you use critical thinking, you can figure it out. It's like when I look at the GDs, Growth and Development Organization. Look at their star. It has love, life, loyalty, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Look at the El Rookin, Blackstone. Look at the star. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Well, if we live by these, where will we be? See, it is us. We wear these symbols, we have these signs, but we don't know the meaning of the signs. We follow the rituals. Like prayer is a ritual. We all pray some form, but we all pray. And the thing is, that's a ritual. But what is it? What does it mean? See, we willing to fight and argue, and it's ridiculous. Jesus had 12 disciples, and he gave each one of them a piece of bread. He said, this is my body. Whoever eat from this should not die. They should live. This is bread. What he was telling his disciples is, you all about to split up. But it's 12 of y'all. I make 13. So what he was telling them is, I'm going to give each one of you a piece, and you all going to go out. But if you all come back together, you'll see it's one word, one God, one law. So you can call them what you want to. You can do what you want to. That's up to you. But it's crazy that we done fell so far that they got black masculine men wearing dresses. Dave Chappelle told us. Richard Pryor told us. Cat Williams told us. I can go on for days. Like Kwame Brown says, the go along, get along gang. It's whoever they like. If they like you, then it's okay. Look, I could have a thief in my family. I could talk about that. I have a drug addict in my family. I can talk about that. I have a liar. I could talk about that. But if I have a homosexual in my family, which I do, male and female, which we all do, but we can't talk about that. Why? Who's protecting that and for what reason? What's the purpose? What is the hidden agenda behind the dress wearers? And it's okay if you wear a dress because you're getting paid to wear a dress, but you're influencing other people that look up to you. And that's something they don't like. It's like with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had billions and billions of followers. Everywhere he went, every country, every different language, tongue, race, creed, they loved Mike. So when Mike became a Muslim, he had to go because you're going to influence everybody else that follow and love you. See, this is how media work. So they didn't like Islam and they don't like truth. So Mike going to Islam was a slap in their face and they couldn't take that. Then on top of that, they thought they was tricking him and he ended up owning Sony. See, it's a lot of information out here, but we don't check. We want to look at what they say. They always say somebody is a pedophile, a child molester, a rapist, or just a woman beater. Some of us are, because we was taught by our stepdaddy. So we now have your spirit. And like I said, everything you used to do, now we do, because you killed our ancestors and you raised the children. We are the children of you. Could you be Israel? Is that why we're called the children of Israel? See, we got to look deeper into things. We can't get emotional. We have to look very deep into everything, every word, every comma, every period. Study, learn how to read, and read for yourself. The first thing Allah told Prophet Muhammad was Iqra. Read, recite. Why? See, it's something about reading, and this is why they never wanted the black man to learn how to read. It was illegal for us to pick up a book. Why? What is it that you are afraid of? You so afraid that you knew who you was bringing to America, but you didn't bring all us here. You brought some here, and you took some that was already here in America to Africa. You spread us out. We had 13 colonies, right? I mentioned Jesus and the 13. He was the 13th. You had 12 signs in the zodiac, but you never count the creator who put it there, 13. See, you had the 9 planets. Then you have the stars, sun, and moon. But God made 13. See, we don't look at things as they are. We look at things like we want them to be. And that's our biggest mistake. Open your eyes, wake up, and start using critical thinking. Because Terracon is not going to play with you. I can't play with you. The name that I have is from a great man. A very great man. A lot of y'all not acquainted with him, but you soon will be. That's just truth. Just keep watching the news. Keep studying. And you will start to see him for who he is, and you will see you for who you are. We are great people. Everyone know it. We know it. But the problem comes in that we don't have faith. If we have faith, and then we'll walk out on faith. You know, he said if you had the faith, the grain of a mustard seed, you'll be able to look at the mountain and say, be removed. Mountains represent obstacles, governments, powers. If you have faith in God the size of a mustard seed, you will remove all those obstacles out of your way. Not that you're not going to go through things or have problems. You're a human being on earth. You're not just a human being. And that's another story. But you're always two, not one. Allah is one. See? And once you realize that you are two, and once you get that second self in check, then you can move as one. But we have no balance right now. See? It's like a battery. On one end is negative, the other end is positive, but they cannot work without one another. Well, that's us. We have negative and positive energy that's in us. But we have to learn balance. Once we balance it out, then we can put it in check. See, hold your hand across it like this over your stomach, which represents your appetite. And your right hand over your left means that you got control over your weak side. All of these are signs and symbols that mean something, but we don't follow it. We don't study it. We believe in it. And there's a difference than being a believer and a follower. So I just want you all to wake up and start using critical thinking properly. And let's move forward as a people, as a nation, as a human family. Peace. Terrakan.